People always ask how I balance my family life with 400 shows a year. I'm just doing what I love with the people I love. It's my magic life. All right, well, it's Wednesday. Man, has this week flown by.
Yep.
We were talking about what we were discussing what we were gonna talk about this podcast, and I was thinking that I feel like life is in limbo right now. Just everything is just, I'm just waiting.
I'm waiting for
everything.
Life to start, kind of. We're on pause right now for everything.
It's so weird.
It's like you're just waiting for everything to happen.
Because we have twins on the way, which could come any day now.
Yeah. Well, technically, it's a full term, 36 weeks, which is 2 weeks from Friday. So they should stay in there for at least another 2 weeks, but you just never know.
And shows are only trickling in due to COVID.
Yeah.
And our TV show is heading to TV. We've already signed the contracts and done all that, and talking about doing our promo spots with them and everything, and teaser spots. So we're filming those, editing those now, and sending them out to us. But other than that, not much is going on.
Yeah.
So
just waiting for everything to happen.
As far as the twins, how are you doing? What's up?
I'm tired. I'm tired all the time. I need lots of naps. It's physically exhausting. I think my belly is way bigger than it ever was with Lana, since there's 2 in there. And it's exhausting. I'm trying to enjoy it, but I'm ready for them to come whenever they're ready to come. I've been working hard, getting the room all set up, and I think I've done good. Got it all organized. Doesn't it look cute in there?
Looks good.
Thank you.
Now, all we've done so far, you got up, you came downstairs. Well, you got up, got dressed, came downstairs, had breakfast. You did 1 email. And now you're sitting here with your feet up. You've been up 40 minutes, and your feet are already swollen to a point of discomfort, and you have your feet up.
Well, yep. It happens fast these days.
Wow.
It wasn't doing so bad earlier, but in the past couple weeks, it's gotten worse. I didn't start having swelling. At least it's just my feet and ankles. They didn't start swelling until a week into August. And it was really hot when it happened. So I was like, well, when it cools down, it'll get better. But apparently that's not the case. Apparently it's just my belly's so big, it cuts off circuit. They go back to normal size when I go to sleep at night. But I just have to get up and stand up to put on makeup and do my hair and come downstairs. And by that point, I don't know, it takes maybe 20 minutes and they start swelling up. I have to wear pants now. So, I don't know.
Well, another thing that pregnancy has done, not only has her feet started to swell, but she started to snore.
I have?
This is a new development.
I'm snoring?
Oh, gosh. You said you can't breathe.
I can't breathe. And there's a thing where you get, in pregnancy, you can get congested too. But, so I have a little bit of that. Every once in a while, it comes and goes. And then there's just so much in your belly, and it's pushing up on your lungs, and you just can't breathe as easy. It's hard.
So we're in no hurry.
I didn't know I was snoring, though.
We're in no hurry to jump out of the bed in the morning. I mean, we have no place to go. So my alarm clock goes off, and then Natalie gets up 2-3 hours after me. So I'll sit in the bed and just play on my phone, check email, do different things, and just sit there for about 30 minutes. 10 minutes into it, like, she's out already. Wow.
Sorry. I ain't no snoring.
I'm a videotape. I'll put it on next week's podcast.
That's
I'll film it and put it on next week's podcast.
You will do no such thing.
Do you think we're ready for the kids if it happened today?
Almost.
I'm not. I have no idea. I felt like last time we were way more prepared.
with stuff or mentally prepared?
I think both.
Which way?
Either or.
With what we have, I think we have what we need. I'm waiting on, I ordered a book bag diaper bag so that I think that would be easier. I think it's a little larger than a regular diaper bag. So with two, it can fit more in there with, for two kids. And that's on its way. And I have nursing covers that I ordered that should be here in the next couple days. And we still have to order a swing. We have the one that we had for Lana, but we need a second one so that they can both be swinging if I need to go. I can put them in swings if I need to go cook or clean something or something. They can both have a safe place to be while my hands are busy with something else. So I need a second swing. We should do that when we're done with this. P.S.
So what about like?
But as far as stuff, I think we're okay.
What about like the emergency bag? When you go into labor, you grab the emergency bag and hit the door.
Yeah, that's not packed.
Do we have? Are you waiting on the diaper bag for that, or is that something different? That's your suitcase bag.
No, I just need to pack a hospital bag. So you need a outfit, 2 whatever comfy clothes, and I need
my
outfit.
cell phone and charger. That's all I need.
You need a change of clothes, and you need toiletries. We're gonna be there for a couple days.
Ugh.
So yeah, I should probably put that together since they can come early. And yeah, I do need to get that together.
With Lana, you left the hospital like the next morning, didn't you?
No. So she came at 1:14 in the morning. Obviously, we stayed all the rest of that night. And we stayed an additional night after that. We could have stayed an even additional night since she was born in the middle of the night. They said we could have stayed an additional night, but we didn't want to. There was nothing holding us there. We wanted to go home. Because, Lord, you can't sleep with a newborn to begin with, but with a newborn and being in the hospital, you really can't sleep. So we wanted to go home.
And
so
I'm
they let
sleeping
us
on
go
the hard
home.
plastic couch.
Yeah. So we were there, a couple nights. So I would think you would want a change of clothes at some point.
Yeah.
And toiletries to be able to take a shower. Because in this time, I know you're the only one that's allowed to come in with me. No one's going to be able to visit. And we heard the story of a friend that their husband wasn't even allowed to leave the maternity ward. If he left the maternity ward, he wasn't allowed back in. So I don't know if that's a thing too.
I hope that's somebody just making up crap.
I haven't seen that for our hospital, and they were somewhere else. I'm not even sure if they were in Virginia. They might have been in Virginia,
well,
but
somebody
they
better
weren't
go downstairs and get me a cup of coffee.
They weren't in Martha Jefferson. So
I need a good bistro cup of coffee. I can't have the one out of that dirty machine in the
at the break room.
Well,
they would have to bring you meals. I mean, they can't expect you to starve and not be able to go get something to eat. So, but yeah, I didn't. When I looked it up online, it didn't say that that's what they were doing. It just said that you could have one support person with you, is how they put it. So that would be you, and I wish that would change. I really wish that would change before I went into labor, just so that Lana could come visit. I think it would be wonderful if she could come to the hospital and visit. I think it would be, instead of having to wait.
Well, I know we'll be videotaping and we do FaceTime with Lana and stuff, but if you can't come in, at least we'll have
definitely
something.
FaceTime, but it's not the same. I want her to be able to come in and see in person, but it might not happen. So
FaceTime must not have been a thing 8 years ago, because all I was doing was texting my mom in the waiting room.
Yeah, I don't know. There was no FaceTime. You did a
texting.
Video.
Yeah.
You recorded, and I think you texted the video, but I don't think there was FaceTime, I guess, because we didn't do it. So
I don't know.
But anyway, I think as far as, okay, so I need to pack a hospital bag, and I have a couple things on order. Beyond that, I think if they came today, I think we would survive. I think we'd be all right. But as far as mental preparedness, I don't feel like I can get there until and figure out how everything works until they're actually here. Because we only had one last time. And having two is a whole different dynamic. And it's just one of those things where...
Trying to wrap your head around it.
Right. And I have freaked out about it and worried about it, but I think I've come to the point of there's nothing I can do until they get here and I can figure it out.
We've already talked, last time if the baby cried, we'd take turns.
Right.
I think this time we have to double team it every single time. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying now, but maybe only one cries at a time. We don't know.
Well, one lady that had twins told me, as far as feeding goes, she said when she had hers, she would, whichever one woke up hungry, she would feed them, put them back to bed, and wait for the other one, and just, let sleeping babies lie. She said for the first 3 weeks they were home, she was just up around the clock feeding because, she put them down, 20 minutes later the other one was hungry. Put that one down, 20 minutes later the other one was hungry, So she said finally, she just, and so this is what she recommended me to do, so I'm going to start out that way. She said, just if one wakes up hungry, you go ahead and wake up the other one. They're babies, they adapt really easy, and then they'll be on the same feeding schedule, and you'll get a little bit more rest. So, yeah.
So you're more worried or excited or just ready to be done?
All three of the above.
Yeah.
I am worried because we've never done two before. When we thought it was one, it's like, okay, we've done one. We can do this. It'll be all right. But it's two. It'll be fine. It's just we gotta get used to it, I guess.
And my thing is trying to figure out, all right, when am I going to go to the gym and work out? If I get up in the morning and do 5 miles on the trails, is that going to happen like it used to? Because I don't know.
In the first couple weeks, I'm going to say probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a clue.
I would say life is going to be a little different for at least
a little different.
At least the first couple weeks. Then maybe you get back into it. But yeah.
Well, tomorrow we get to go RV shopping.
Yeah.
I finally got Natalie on my page to do the RV shopping. I told her we're on the road so much. Some days are 20-hour work days and we only do, 2 magic shows, but it's a lot of time on the road. We're spending that much time on the road. Let's be comfortable.
Which is fine. My hesitations were expense because, in a normal summer, I'd be fine with that. Okay, let's go look at RVs. That's fine. But we haven't done shows much since March. And so it's not like we have a steady income stream right now. Hopefully that changes really soon. But that scares me. And I don't want to use all of our savings to buy an RV and then we're stuck. Also, my other concern was RVs are big. Even the small RVs are larger than our extended work van. And we do shows everywhere. And there are plenty of places that have plenty of room for parking. But there are plenty of places that do not. Especially if we have to go into downtown Richmond, DC, different places like that. And we, that's going to be our main form of transportation for shows. Where are we going to park? So how are we going to do that? And places like downtown places have parking garages, but RVs would not fit in those because they're too tall. And then, parallel parking, they're too long. So what do you do? So those were my concerns. The fact that, be more comfortable, be able to take a nap, be able to change diapers, be able to use the bathroom.
We won't have to stop every time a diaper change and be late to shows.
Right. Those are all wonderful things, but my mind went to expense and practicality.
Well, I think you go downtown Richmond or downtown DC, and you say, hey, look, we have an RV. Local bus routes, tractor trailer routes, where do they park? And you just drop everything off on the sidewalk, just put your emergency flashers on, empty the car. I go 8 blocks and drop the RV, and then we start loading in from the sidewalk. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be another one of those things that you just have to figure out when it happens, I suppose.
But I'm excited because an RV, man, we can pack our lunches, we can have groceries on hand, so we don't have to stop every time somebody needs a snack and pay, an average trip for us at McDonald's is $25 just for chicken nuggets and sodas for everybody. So, you can get some supplies. You have a little microwave. You can have a little refrigerator in there with you just put some nuggets in the thing. You're done.
Yeah.
Snacks on the road. Hey, honey, I need a cup of coffee. I don't have to
Right.
stop and get a $4 coffee. You can just make me one right there. It's going to be so nice.
Yeah.
Snap my fingers.
No, that's
coffee,
what I'm
please.
saying. Yeah.
Come on.
Snap your fingers, you won't get coffee. No, but, well, yes, I agree. Those things are wonderful. I like that idea.
Homeschool on the road.
Those are great things to be able to, yes.
She can do school
Spread
on the
it
way.
out.
Yeah.
Yes, but and I agreed from the beginning, all those are wonderful things. But like I said,
I was like pulling teeth to get you to agree with me.
I went to the logical side of expense and practicality of how we're going to fit that everywhere. So, but we have found a few that aren't quite as large as RVs.
And we don't know if
makes
they'll
sense.
work. We're going shopping tomorrow to see if they'll work.
Yeah. I'm hoping they will. It's like it has a van front, but it's poofed out more in the back. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not like one of those small RVs.
It looks like a 15-passenger van that's
Fat.
yeah, but it's been inflated.
And maybe a little longer, and it's taller too. It poofs out everywhere. So but it's not as big as one of those smaller RVs either. So I feel like it would fit places better too.
And what I don't like the small RVs is the aluminum siding, the plastic siding on the side of them. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
If I want to get it lettered or I want it looking decent, I don't like that. I don't want it to look like we're driving a 1970 RV.
And that was the thing that's those 70s, 80s were the years that I was looking at because those are the cheaper ones.
Well, and we also want to try it out.
That was the amount I felt comfortable spending instead of, a brand new RV or even one in the 2000s is like tens of thousands of dollars. Some of the new RVs are hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they are really nice. Really nice. And they don't have that old-timey looking siding on the, outside either. But I can't, when we're in this COVID situation we're in and we don't know when exactly if we had an end date in sight and they were like, this is going to be over October 5th, it's done. I'd be like, okay, that's fine. October 5th, end sight, life is going to go back to normal. We can go ahead and get your fancy RV with all the upgrades you want. But there's no end date, so I can't do that. We have twins on the way.
Speaking about October, our Halloween show just called and canceled.
I know.
This stuff just won't stop. Anyway.
I'm praying that nobody else takes their shows off the books. I'm praying that's it. So, anyway.
What does our Christmas look like if it ended today? Do we have to start working to book Christmas, or is Christmas?
Yeah, no, nobody's booking anything.
No, but I'm saying Christmas is thin. We had
Christmas
summer. Summer was full, but not.
Christmas is dead, except for the people that.
Like our resorts.
Yeah, so we have we have a New Year's Eve show that's technically still on the books. I don't know if they'll do it or not. We have a show that happens every year, and they go ahead and book we go and do the Christmas party, and they're like, okay, we're doing it this date next year. Put us on the books because they want you. Because they waited too long to book, and we had to send somebody else out, and they didn't like that. So they book a year out now. So those are the only, we might have, I don't even know. I can't even render a guess, but it's not very busy at all, which is terrifying. But as long as the farm in October doesn't cancel, we have a good October coming up. So
I don't think that will. I mean, that's outside.
yeah, it's outside. I wouldn't think so either, but
Anyway.
yeah.
Well, talking about twins and bringing it back to magic and everything, do you know the reason magicians pull rabbits out of hats? I put that with the twin category.
With the twin category.
Babies.
With babies. You mean like with the where they used it, and if it pregnancy test? If
No.
it died, you were pregnant. If it was live, you weren't.
You know, I need to research that. Mom used to always say, "Oh, kill the baby, kill the bunny, kill the bunny." Did they put urine in the bunny? Did they like inject the urine in the bunny, and if it killed it, you were pregnant? Is that how that worked?
Pretty sure.
Was it urine, or was it blood?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
either.
know that answer, but I'm
no,
pretty
you're
sure
wrong.
if it
That's not what I
died,
was talking about.
it meant you were pregnant. If
Why
it
does-
lived, it wasn't. But that's not what you're talking
Why
about.
do magicians pull rabbits out of hats?
Oh, you've told this story a million times. So that they'd have rabbits, so that if they didn't make any money, they'd have something to eat, right?
Well, they said that the people in the 1700s or even earlier, magicians go from town to town, and bunny rabbits and doves, pigeons, you could eat them. You could cook them and eat them if they didn't get paid at their last venue.
Yeah.
But no. What does it have to do with babies? Why does magicians pull a rabbit out of a hat?
I don't know.
So I looked this up. I Googled this. So in 1726, because I've heard the story before, but I had to research it. In 1726, lady gave birth to bunnies.
What?
Magicians, being storytellers, would tell the story about the lady and illustrate it by producing a bunny from a hat. Probably the vast majority of magicians today that are producing bunnies from hats don't know where that came from. But this lady's name was Mary Toft, and she was from 1726.
So she did her own magic trick, because that's not real.
Well, here, read this. Read this out loud.
Okay. In 1726, Toft became pregnant, but following her reported fascination with the sighting of a rabbit, she miscarried. Her claim to have given birth to various animal parts prompted the arrival of John Howard, a local surgeon who investigated the matter. That's not bunnies, it's animal parts. That's gross. He delivered several pieces of animal flesh and duly notified other prominent physicians, which brought the case to the attention of Nathaniel St. Andre, surgeon to the royal household of King George I. St. Andre concluded that Toft's case was genuine, but the king also sent another surgeon who remained skeptical. By then quite famous, Toft was brought to London, where she was studied in detail, where under intense scrutiny and producing no more rabbits, she confessed to the hoax and was subsequently imprisoned as a fraud. The resultant public mockery created panic within the medical profession and ruined the careers of several prominent surgeons. Toft was eventually released without charge and returned home. That's gross. That's nasty.
But can you imagine?
Why would she do that?
She probably want to be a household name. People back then, the lady that went over the falls in a barrel became a millionaire just signing autographs. She only went over the falls once,
Yeah.
and she became a millionaire. At county fairs, this is the lady who went over the falls. They didn't have video of it. You just met that lady.
Yeah.
She signed autographs
You
at
trusted
$20 a pop. There you go. So this is the lady who gave birth to bunnies. Imagine the county fair. She could sell autographs and take pictures of people.
The weird person in the circus, right?
Yeah, freak show.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's nasty.
Well, imagine
That's
that.
a nasty. Come up with something not nasty.
The animal parts.
Yeah, animal parts. It didn't say rabbits.
Well,
It
she
just said
said-
she was fascinated with rabbits.
She gave birth to a rabbit. But then
No,
when the
it
doctors
doesn't-
went there.
It doesn't.
No, at
Is that
first
what
she
it
gave
said?
birth to a rabbit. But when the doctors came, she
No,
only gave birth
her
to various animal parts.
Claim to have given birth to various animal parts prompted the arrival of John Howard, a local surgeon. She didn't.
A rabbit, with the sighting of a rabbit, she miscarried. The first
Following her
sentence.
reported fascination with the sighting of a rabbit, she miscarried.
She miscarried one rabbit.
What? They have commas in weird places, and I don't understand how it's supposed to read. I thought it was
So
she
she
was
miscarried a
fascinated
rabbit. The
with
rabbit came out-
rabbits.
the rabbit
and
came
so
out dead.
Oh, See, I took it as she was pregnant and she got fascinated with rabbits and somehow she miscarried her baby. And then she claimed to give birth to animal parts.
The doctor helped her pull those out.
No.
He delivered several pieces of animal flesh from her.
But first she gave birth to various animal parts. And then the surgeon came and he delivered more pieces of animal flesh. Ugh.
So the doctor was on hand. That wasn't fake.
That's disgusting.
Stuff was coming out of her.
Well, obviously it was fake.
It wasn't fake. Do you think they had latex?
She didn't actually give birth to the...
No, I think she put it there.
I know. That's what's disgusting.
She wanted to be a millionaire. She was trying.
Ugh.
But under scrutiny, she confessed.
Blech.
Anyway, I'm just trying to bring it back to magic.
When you're under scrutiny, you can't...
You
can't sneak it there and give birth to it again.
I was trying to educate the audience and bring it back to magic.
You grossed them all out.
Next time you see a magician produce a bunny from a hat, you can think about Mary Toff.
Oh, gosh.
And what she went through.
You've ruined it. You've ruined taking bunnies out of hats.
Nobody really
Although,
does that
you know
anymore.
what? All that, people are always like, are you going to get a bunny from a hat? I've never seen anybody produce a bunny from a hat in a magic show. Unless it's one of those little puppets.
No.
In the hat. But I've
seen it done on video.
I haven't even seen that. I've never seen anybody produce a live rabbit out of a hat.
I created a version of it that I never brought to stage. I worked on it and did stuff, but I never did it.
Yeah, well, that's because it's kind of cliche.
Well, yeah, and everybody expects it.
Right.
Another thing, the way I produced Alana when she was first born...
Is a way to produce a bunny?
Is the way that 90% of magicians produce bunnies from hats. So that method...
Yeah.
If you remember, I emptied the cardboard box and showed all those silks.
And then she came out of the silks.
And she came out of the pile of silks, yeah.
That was cute. You're going to have to come up with something for two.
I thought these new illusions. We just went to Virginia Beach with Natalie's father. I went to Virginia Beach with Natalie's father. Natalie stayed home.
I stayed home because my feet swell within 2 minutes of getting out of bed.
And a magician friend of mine said, hey, you have twins coming. I have some illusions that's been sitting in my garage for 20 years, and you can have them if you want them. Heck yeah, I'm on my way. I don't know anything about them. I don't know pictures. I don't know anything. I know the magician. I trust him.
Well, he described them to you a little bit, what they were, so you had an idea.
I had an inkling, yeah. And we got there, and we loaded them up, and I'm like, man, they look smaller. Is this everything? They look small. And we got home and put it together. He said he used it to produce his daughter, and I didn't understand. But as tall as it is, I'm 5'5", and I can see over top of the tallest box. So it's a small box.
Right.
But it's a shadow box. It's a gung-ho shadow box. So you open up both doors, and you can see completely through it. You close both doors and drop a light bulb inside, and it creates, the box is just full of light. And then all of a sudden, Lana appears. And it's a really clever, well-done magic trick. If I fall in love with it, I'll take these measurements and everything and just build it bigger because it really is nice.
Well, yeah, because she's not... The height she is now...
She's pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't see her over top, but if she has a growth spurt, she can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I think you should use it this weekend. At our show this weekend.
It's a shadow box. We're outside. You won't see shadows.
If you have a bright
Turn a
light.
flashlight on outside in 100 degree in
But it's gonna be in the at 6:00 under pavilion. It'll be a little shadier.
I don't know.
Get a really bright light.
You want to dim the lights on the stage so it looks good. You won't see the light effect. You'll just see us produce a kid.
Well, that's
all it'll
sad
be.
because she might not be able to use it by the time we're able to do indoor shows again.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so we got a shadow box, a gung-ho shadow box, like I said. You open the door, show it completely empty, put the flashlight in, and then shadows start to appear, then her face appears, then boom. She can bust through the front wall, which is paper, or she can open the door, and there she is. The other box is just like a tiger cage, but it's real small. It's still, both our dogs would fit in it easy with room. So you say it's small, it's...
Yeah, but we have small dogs.
Yeah. Anyway, you have this cage on the stage, you put a cloth over it, and you remove the cloth, and you got a kid. He used to do it where he would put a gray bunny in a cannon, shoot it across the room, and in the cage would be not only the gray bunny, but his kid would be in the cage as well.
Yeah. You just need a base for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 new illusions. It was awesome. It's great.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I started that, where I was going with that. Why did I get in that subject? Good
question. I don't know.
Anyway, shows nowadays. This outside show this weekend, we're not going to be able to work it. We have virtual shows.
We're not going to be able to work. What do you mean we're not going to be able to work it?
We're not going to be able to do these 2 new illusions this weekend.
Oh.
They're not ready.
I'm like, we're still on the schedule. We're doing the show. I didn't understand.
And we have virtual shows. We're doing like school shows and family shows and library shows over virtual. That's not the same, but at least we're working. At least we have something.
And it's not as... We thought that might take off, but in where we're at and where it's... So where we're at, it has... People, not everybody has internet for all the kids in the school or wherever, because it's spread out counties in Virginia. So unless we're in, the school is in a city location, like what we're going to be doing on Friday is actually for a school up in Maryland, and they're completely virtual for everybody, but they're also in the city more, so everybody has better access to internet. But, we've done a few, but it's not been as big of a thing as we thought when it first popped up. Just because a lot of places are like, oh, you do virtual. Well, I'll look into that. Yeah, we can't do it. Like 3/4 of our kids wouldn't be able to sign in because they don't have good enough internet to do.
And that's not just us locally. That's Virginia Beach folks. That's Maryland folks. That's everywhere we do shows.
Right. So it's just, it's been a more... It sounds like an easy fix. Great, virtual show.
Yeah.
Everybody sign on, but it's not as easy as a fix as what we were hoping.
And then I have magician friends who say they're doing good and they're selling tickets to these virtual evening events. And either they're doing half a house or, doing a show making like $100, which is that even worth it to set up the entire show? I don't know. So we haven't done that. We haven't done that because money's tight with us. Money's tight with a lot of people. Unemployment's really bad right now. A lot of people are out of work. Trying to sell tickets to a show that isn't the same, isn't what we're used to. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
So we're just holding out hope and waiting for everything to open back up.
I mean, if people can do virtual shows, we're doing them.
Yeah, if you want a virtual show, call us. We'll be more than happy to do one for you.
Yes, we have, like we said, we're doing it for a school on Friday, and they had to, because they have so many kids in their school, they had to split it into 3 separate shows. So, which is fine.
Yeah. I don't care.
We're not going anywhere. We're doing it from home, so.
Yeah, we still have to reset the show.
Yeah.
But like a county fair, we could do 8 to 12 shows a day. It's a grind just like that. So 3 shows back to back to back. It's fine.
But we're also doing in-person shows as well.
Yeah, so all of our in-person shows are pretty much the same thing. Family shows, resorts, and libraries. That's pretty much all we're doing. But outside shows are way harder for Natalie this summer, which we were expecting. But our resorts would normally be inside.
A lot of these would be inside. Libraries are normally inside. Yeah, a lot of them are inside. Especially in the dead of summer where it's so hot, they would be having them inside. But they can't. Because they want to be able to have more people. And their only option to do that is to have it outdoors because you're limited space, limited amount of people. With all the social distancing that has to be done, you can't fit as many people indoors. So they want to do it outside, which is fine. But it's hot. And being pregnant makes it hotter because you have a heater strapped to your belly, it feels like. But we made it work. The last family show we did, Natalie helped me set up, and I just looked at her. She just looked miserable. I had sweat dripping.
And I said, Natalie, just go sit in the car. I didn't have to ask her twice. I looked up, the car was running, air conditioner's on, she's in the front seat.
Well, we were all set up, ready to go. We still had maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes before we had to start the show. So, yeah, he didn't have to tell me twice. All right, bye.
And Lana left too.
Yeah, Lana saw me get in the AC. She said, I want to get in the AC too. Whatever, climb in, girl. Keep me company. So we sat in the AC and cooled down. And then, during the show, it got kind of cloudy. Made me worry it was going to rain, but it cooled down a lot, which was nice for me. It didn't rain, though.
Well, something I've noticed in shows, because we've done shows pretty much the whole quarantine, but it's just been so thin.
Yeah, it's been very sporadic.
Right?
Yeah.
But we're averaging like one a week.
Now, we weren't in the beginning.
Right.
We went a couple, 3 months without a single show.
But here's the thing. Have you noticed in the past 3 weeks, people lightening up? Like people wanting to help in the show, and I'm like, you can't?
Yeah.
People wanting to take pictures at the end, and we're like, we can't?
Yep.
People wanting to pet the animals, but they can't?
Especially at resorts. We're just not allowed because they're run by corporate, and they're scared. You start letting somebody do that, and there's somebody there that doesn't like that. Not only could we get in trouble, but we could get the resort in trouble, and then everybody would be out of a job.
But the thing is, you can tell people are just sick of it, and they're wanting to get back to normal.
Yes.
You can just, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
The last resort we did, we've been doing it every single weekend, and I don't know, a month ago we were there.
And everybody kept their distance.
98% of them had masks on.
Yeah. And kept their distance from...
No, they all had masks on. Even the kids. We were the only ones without masks. But we were on stage.
Right. We were far enough away we didn't have to.
And
you have a mask on, you're not going to be able to hear what you're saying.
But then...
Very easy.
Week after week, masks have disappeared.
Yeah.
They still have social distancing in the audience, the way the tables are set up.
Right.
But people are getting together afterwards and mingling and talking and talking about their experience with the show.
Right.
And wanting to stay around and talk to us now instead of just...
Getting up and leaving right away.
I mean, they just got up and left.
Yeah, it was show's done. Bye. We're going back to our corners. Now which is great. It was weird when they did that.
Yeah.
It was so weird. It was just like, thanks, guys. And it was 3 seconds later, boom, everybody's gone. I was like, whoa, we're by ourselves already. And so, yeah, I mean, this past weekend, people hung out and talked to us.
They asked us to pose and take pictures, but they couldn't take pictures with the family.
They wanted pictures, but they ended up just taking a picture of us. They couldn't do it with us, which is still sad, but eventually, I think, hopefully, we'll get back to that. But for now, like I said, we don't want to break rules that the resorts have because we don't want to ruin anything for the resort, and we don't want to ruin our job at the resort.
No, we don't want anybody getting in trouble, and we don't want anybody getting sick, obviously.
Exactly.
I mean, why would we want anybody getting hurt? But
yeah, so we're trying to follow the rules.
I'm just saying I can see a glimmer in people, and people are really starting to pull. They're ready.
Right.
So I'm thinking as soon as this vaccine's up, as soon as people get this vaccine, or even if it's just available, not everybody gets it, but they know it's out there, I think everybody's going to
be. I think that's going to ease people's minds.
I think a floodgate's just going to open.
Yeah, I think it'll ease people's minds a lot. So, and then hopefully we'll be able to get back to scheduling lots of shows and get back to doing lots of shows and get back to how we had it. Only we'll have 2 additional people with us at that point.
Well,
so
as far as the TV show goes, we got the whole season off and sent to the network. I had to do 17 episodes in 2 weeks, which was 16 for the season to send to Jewel TV.
Right.
And 1 final episode to put on Facebook and YouTube and say goodbye and wrap everything up, which was definitely bittersweet. But it was bittersweet. That was a hard episode.
Yeah.
Because we worked 247 episodes to get on TV. Now we're on TV. It's like, I hope everybody follows us over. I hope now everything's changing.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We never got paid before. We just did it for marketing purposes and for our purposes and, memory's sake and marketing and advertising. Like I said before, if somebody called and asked, do you do after prom parties? I could send them one of those episodes and there it is.
And that last episode is just adorable. I love seeing the range of ages that Lana is. And I mean, we started in 2015, so she turned 4 at the end. So she was 3.
Yeah.
She was 3 when we started filming. She's 8 now. And it's just, oh, her cute little abracadabras. It's so adorable. And then just to see her grow up and to see, I mean, she's only 8. I have a long time still, but it seems like
sometimes talking to her, it seems like she's a grown up.
Yeah. But from 3 to 8, it's just a big change, and it's precious.
But I was working on those 16 episodes for the network, and I was living on the computer.
Yep.
And Natalie and Lana were saying they missed me.
Yep.
I was 8 feet from them, but I was glued to the computer.
Glued to the computer, and he had his earphones on because he needed to be able to hear. And we were our office is butted up against the living room, so if we were in there watching TV, he had to hear his computer, so he had earphones on. And I mean, just take his meals. We're at his computer.
I was there, but I wasn't
trying to get
there.
it done. Yeah, which I can understand, because they wanted him to have it done by the 1st of September, and he had it done by last weekend.
I wanted to beat the deadline in case they needed to make changes.
And you did, which was great. But it was just, I could tell you felt pressure, and so I felt pressure, but I didn't know what to do because I can't sit there and edit it for you. So, I mean, I watch them. I make sure that you spell everything right. And
no, you don't. You found a spelling error yesterday in the old stuff.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Golly.
Everybody's human. Everybody makes mistakes. You could have found it too. But anyway, I watch them. I make sure they make sense. If it's boring, I let you know.
Well, it's hard because I'm the editor, but it's my family. It's my life. It's my daughter. And I don't want something to be on television too long that I'm just keeping for a cute moment, or 30 seconds later, Lana does something cute, and I'm just waiting for that cute moment where I should have edited out the 30 seconds and just put the cute moment right on.
Right.
I learned a lot about editing when I taught magic at Ivy Creek School, which was a school for troubled kids. And at the end of our school day, at the end of my lesson of teaching, I would put on a Magiclife episode just as filler. Sometimes classes would go long, and I would let the kids watch them. And boy, you could see their attention span start to drift. And I'm like, whoa, maybe I should have edited that part out. Whoa. Yeah. I learned a lot because of those kids. They wanted it fast-paced. They wanted those 22-minute and 30-second episodes, not those 38-minute episodes.
Which is why, when I see us, and it's just looking at us sitting at the table talking, I'm like, people aren't going to watch that for 10 minutes. You got to put pictures in, you got to put video in, you got to cut us off, you got to do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he did good. I think they all came out really, really great, honestly. And so far they haven't come back with, we don't like this episode, so that's good.
Well, right after we finish this today, we have to go. I'm going to go in my magic room, and we're going to film some promos and teasers.
Yeah.
I think if we can, we're going to film a couple or a few today.
Okay.
Because if you go into labor...
Yeah, I want them stacked up and done. Because honestly, they'll be like, we need a promo. And I'll be like, I don't think so. I'm in labor.
Right.
Go do your own promo. I don't want to tell them that. But that'll be the last thing on my mind if we're at the hospital. And it'll be the last thing on my mind for the first couple weeks we have them home, too, because it's just, that's going to be hectic. So I want to go ahead and get those done before that happens.
But I got a text message yesterday saying that, they got those first 3 in the can. They're ready to go. and they're putting my thumbnails on the apps, hopefully by Friday.
Nice.
He's already sent the artwork over to the networks, and they're going to put it on Roku and Apple TV and all that stuff. So I have friends that are saying, I'm looking for you on Roku, but I can't find you. I'm not there yet. You got to wait till at least Friday.
To see the show.
But
see the
to see
thumbnail.
my thumbnail and saying it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Because episode 1 starts on the 16th.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Which is soon.
But, yeah, I'm not there yet, but it'll be there.
Yeah, we're working up. It's working up, getting the promos to start really advertising it, hopefully, and getting the word out, and hopefully people will be, hopefully people will have heard about it by the 16th and will tune in, and hopefully more and more people tune in each week, and we get a good following on there.
But if you haven't seen this week's Magiclife, or the last issue, it's you can go to my Facebook page, or you can go to YouTube and type in Wes Iseli's Magiclife number 247. And it just recaps Lana growing up and different things that we've done in the show. And just says, hey, instead of see you next week, it's we'll see you on TV.
Yeah.
That's how we ended it. It was cute. But, you know, like I said, it was bittersweet. I don't know. I'm so used to that deadline, so used to doing that work.
You're not going to know what to do with yourself come
weird.
Saturday night.
It's weird. So I won't have that Saturday night deadline of, hey, it needs to go out Sunday morning. Am I done? Am I ready to start uploading it? It's weird. It's really weird.
You're going to have extra time.
So.
What are you going to do with it, honey?
I'm going to spend it with my wife and kids.
Awesome. You know what? Let's, we'll do a bonfire on Saturday night. Go out, roast marshmallows. How's that? We'll celebrate your free time with a fire.
We'll have to put your feet up. We'll have to get the big lawn chair out.
Okay. That's fine.
Check the weather. I'll get it all done. But, yeah, this limbo feeling, though, I told Natalie it's like surfing. Everything's just too calm right now, but I know this big wave is coming, and there's nothing I can do to get out of the way of it. Nothing I can do to prep. It's just going to hit hard. No matter how much prep we do with these twins.
Right. Like I said, we can prep all day long. I think we have most of what we need. Got stuff coming in the mail. But, I mean, we're always going to need more diapers with 2 and wipes. So that'll be a constant. I've been told to sign up for a subscription. And sometimes, like on Amazon, if you sign up for subscriptions, they send diapers or whatever you subscribe to periodically, and you get a discount too. So maybe we should look into that.
No idea.
Anyway, you just can't prepare for the actual. You can't really prepare for what it's going to be like to have 2 babies. I'm excited, but I'm scared at the same time. And I'm pretty sure that's normal, right?
Well, I just know that my television show can come out the exact same day these kids are born.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just, that's a ton of stuff. I mean.
The 16th is when I'd be 36 weeks.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And
that'll be full term, yeah. So definitely could. Me being in labor and you watching your show on Roku.
Jewel TV or Roku, yeah.
Yeah.
But at this moment, man, it's just waiting for that wave to hit. I told a friend of mine the other night, 2020, everybody agrees, is an awful year. Nobody really got anything done. Nothing really happened. What did you accomplish in 2020?
Survived.
Exactly.
Survival.
But think about us. Now, it's not over yet. But I won Penn and Teller.
Yes.
I performed in Vegas.
Yes.
That's big.
And then we went
to
survival.
Guess what?
What?
I had twins.
You had twins?
I had twins.
You.
That's big.
That is big. I want to see
else?
that on the news too.
Guess what else?
What else?
I got a television show on Jewel TV.
That's very true.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
But those are all awesome things. But the first thing that comes to mind is survive.
Yes.
And all those are part of surviving.
You're being negative. I'm trying to be positive.
I'm being positive.
I'm telling you.
You get the
If it was a slow year, and I won Penn and Teller and performed in
That'd be a
Vegas and
great
had
year.
twins and
Yeah.
got my television show up and running, holy guacamole, that's awesome.
That's a good year.
But you're just mad because money's not rolling in like we're used to.
I know.
Soon.
It's scary.
Soon.
It makes it very scary. There's an upside and a downside. I am very pregnant, and not having been run around ragged all summer might have been a good thing for the pregnancy. I don't know. We didn't do oh wait, maybe it would have been fine being this pregnant and running around all summer. So maybe that was a good thing that I got to not be run ragged during pregnancy.
Well,
But the bad thing is the money flow is
pitiful.
horrible. And we have twins coming.
But also, I wouldn't have had 2 weeks to dedicate in a row.
That's right.
183 shows, June through August.
Yeah.
When would I have gotten those 16 episodes done? It would have taken me 3 months.
Yeah.
With the free time that I normally would have.
Right.
And I told other people early on, right after I won Penn and Teller, I said, I think this quarantine was my fault to keep my mouth shut, that I wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
I would have...
Even with us being at home, I had to, Wes, shut up.
Well, I
Keep your mouth
wanted
shut.
to put Vegas trip videos on our pictures
On
and
Magic,
stuff.
yeah. You wanted to do episodes of Magiclife
From Vegas.
from Vegas before.
But not mention Penn and Teller.
Right. But I was like, no, you can't do that. That's going to bring questions. Well, what were y'all doing in Vegas? So, I don't know. Then you have to lie to everybody. Oh, it was a family vacation. And then your episode airs and it's like, haha, just kidding. It wasn't really a family vacation. We turned it, our free time into that, but that's not really the reason we were there. We lied. Like, just, no, don't say anything. It'd be easier just to not say anything. We stayed off Facebook the whole time we were there. Don't ruin it by putting it on Magiclife and making people ask questions.
But like I said, this quarantine, this COVID thing, somebody's making money somehow. Whoever makes paper masks, that company's probably doing great.
Yeah.
But majority...
Plexiglass.
Yeah, plexiglass companies.
Amazon.
But most companies, I think, are really hurting, really suffering. But we had a fantastic year.
We did.
If you're not talking financially.
You put right. If you're not talking financially, we did pretty good. It was a good year. Financially, sucked. Everything else, pretty good.
But you know what? If we get this vaccine come November, maybe...
Oh, it's not. I think it's the beginning of the year, isn't it?
I don't know. But listen, let's push it to November 1st.
Okay, get your hopes up,
Can
honey.
you imagine?
Oh, Lord.
How many shows we'd have to do in November and December?
To make up for
mid-March
through October.
We have an RV. We'll just live on the road.
Honey,
we can do it. We can do it.
We would die.
No.
We couldn't fit that in 2 months. That's mid-March through October. Let's see. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 7.5 months squeezed into 2 months.
But now I'm a fool winner.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Now I have my own television show on Jewel TV.
If we do almost 200 shows in 3 months, now you're putting those 200 shows in 2 months, plus all the shows we would have done in the other months outside of June, July, and August, we'd be dead.
I'm willing to go for it. If you'd like to hire a magician, we really could use the cash. And
go for it.
Dude, I just want to work. That's what I said the whole time.
Yes, absolutely.
The thing is,
for all these shows to go ahead and rebook. We have some that have rebooked. The majority are still waiting and trying to figure out when to rebook for. I mean...
Dude, I love my job. I love performing.
Yeah.
It's not a job to me. It's fun. So, getting there and getting home is the worst. So let's get an RV. Let's make that fun. Yeah?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
So, this has been a struggle for me because I'm stuck at home. I want to work. I want to perform.
No, honey, I know. I want to too. You saw me. I was doing a little jig on our first car ride out the driveway in the Magic van to go do a show. I was doing a little dance. we're off to do magic show. Life feels normal. But then we had nothing for another 3 weeks and kind of burst my bubble once the show was over. But yes, I want to work more. I want to have our schedule like it was. It would be nice to be able to. And if we could take advantage of the Penn and Teller thing, maybe we'd have bigger shows too.
That's what I'm saying. Do a theater tour or something.
Yeah, those are fun.
So, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else you want to talk
Only
about?
time will tell about everything. Like you said, we're just waiting.
I'm in limbo.
Yep.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Yeah.
You made an hour go by quick for me. And,
Yeah.
Because I'm in limbo. I'm just twiddling my thumbs. So, see you next week. Check us out online at wesisley.com and patreon.com/Wes_Isley for behind-the-scenes videos, blooper videos, never-before-seen footage, discounts on merchandise, magic trick tutorials, and more. That's Wes Iseli, spelled Wesiseli.